And so at this point, my heart started racing, and, you know, I was expecting, Mom, we got this great deal with this great record label, and I said, okay, I'm ready. And he says, I got married.
We were married a good 4 months before anybody knew anything. And then I moved into her place with her and her 3-year-old daughter. Yeah, I became husband and daddy in 3 months.
And I called every one of his guys, his boys, and cussed them out individually and told them, you should have let me know what was on that kid's mind. But Miss Smith, he's a grown man. He was never that grown.
At this point, I'm 19 and she is 26 and a husband who has no money. I'm broke. I'm basically a loser at this point. But she believes in me up until she don't believe in me anymore. She's like, bruh, listen, you gotta get a job. When that conversation happened, at the same time, we got a call from this cat who worked with Transcontinental. And Transcontinental was the management company that managed, at the time, NSYNC, and I think Britney Spears and some other people. So it was get a job and stay and play husband and daddy, or chase my dream. And I chose to chase my dream. So, got a record deal with Columbia Records. Donnie Ienner signed me himself, which was really cool. But Columbia Records, for lack of a better term, was a learning experience for me. Like, they were basically turning me into who they wanted me to be. After a little while, after the album was done, I'm listening back to it, and I literally do not recognize this person. I'm like, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not me. This is not who I am. So I go to my A&Rs and I'm like, yo, would it be cool? I'm asking permission at this point. Would it be cool for me to record a few more songs that are kind of more in the vein of me? And they're like, well, you could, but your budget is depleted. Whenever an A&R offers to take you to dinner, know that it's on you. I had no idea that the money on that car was my budget, my recording budget. And they're like, well, there's nothing you could do. I was like, I'm not promoting this album. This is not me. I'm not doing this. And they're like, well, okay, so if you're choosing not to promote the album, then I guess you're just gonna sit on the shelf. At the time, I didn't know what the shelf was. I was like, what you talking about? They're like, well, you'll see. Go on about your business. I'm like, all right, I will. Go find some money so I can record some songs. Okay, cool. So lawyers, lawsuits, blah, 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 blah. They finally decided to let me go, or as the way they worded it, they dropped me. But they kept the album. There was like, any music that he wrote while he was over here stays over here. And I'm like, you know what, fine. I got a billion songs, let me keep them, whatever. I'm back at square one. This is around the time where I'm living in California in that 1-bedroom apartment. I'm eating noodles and you know, trying to figure out how the hell I'm gonna pay this rent next month. Goodness, did I make a mistake? Should I have just done what they asked me to do? Should I have just been a damn robot like they wanted me to?
We got you something. It's a deep, deep dish pepperoni and bacon pizza, and we gift wrapped it with over 3.5 feet of bacon. You've been working so hard. We love you. Get a Little Caesars large bacon wrapped deep, deep dish pizza for just $12. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza.
And Doug.
Exactly. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Nice. But, what's up with your partner?
Oh, we just spend all day telling everyone how we customize car insurance because no two people are alike, so... Limu gets a little confused when he sees another bird that looks exactly like him. Yeah. He'll figure it out. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I'm just a normal person.
So the Mario record, Let Me Love You, that came to be because Tango, who is my current manager at the time, he was moving me around, you know, just working with different people, getting different vibes. He knew somebody that knew Dr. Dre very, very well. And he was like, you know, we're gonna go over here, we're gonna cut some records with Dre and just see what happens. All right, cool. So go over to meet Dr. Dre. It's my first time meeting Dr. Dre. I'm starstruck as hell. Every record that he gave me had somebody else's voice on it, and he was very much on some, you think you can write a better song than this? And I'm like, yeah, Okay, so get it. All right, so I'm writing these songs. Songs coming out dope, but what I didn't know is that he was kind of creating a thing between me and the cat that was on the record. Long story short, he chose the other guy over me because I wasn't as hood as the other guy. And he felt like for what he was trying to do, he needed something a little more hood. I wind up meeting Scott Storch in the studio. He's there, he's playing piano on some of the beats. And he's like, yo, I don't know what Dre talk about, you dope. You know, if you ever find yourself in Miami, come holler at me. I'm like, all right, cool. So I tell this to Tango. Tango's like, well, we need to go to Miami. So we go to Miami. He just happens to be writing for Mario when we get there. I sit down with Scott Storch and one of his writers. So we finish "Let Me Love You," and I'm like, bruh, this is a really mature love song. Is he gonna be able to pull this off? How old is he now? Like 18? He got in the booth and knocked that whole damn song out in an hour. I had to eat my words. I had to apologize to that dude. Like, listen, I counted you out before you got here, bruh. I'm sorry. Like, you on some young Sam Cooke. Like, you got that. So we knew we had something special. We didn't know how special. We are in New York, and we are shopping songs around. Me and my man Sauce. Sauce used to be a part of a group called Something for the People. Super duper talented producer, engineer, vocal producer. He does it all. So he's that dude. He's like, hey, let's pop in here right quick because my homegirl works here and I haven't seen her since high school. I'm like, all right, cool. Def Jam offices. So we go up. I didn't know at the time that his homegirl just happened to be Tina Davis, who was like head of A&R for Def Jam Records. You know, oh, hey. They give a hug. I'm sitting in the corner twiddling thumbs waiting for us to move on, you know, because I'm hungry and it's late. You know, what you up to? Oh, well, you know, I'm writing. I'm doing this and that. You know, this cat's name is Neo. He's a writer. You know, he's a writer? Yeah. You got music? Yeah, I will play it. Turns music on. She's listening to the music. And then she looks at me. And like, if you've ever met Tina, Tina has this gaze that like she looked through you. Like she be looking at your soul. So I'm sitting there kind of creeped out because she's staring at me with this look like she's really trying to figure out who the hell I am. And I'm like, she said, this is you? Yeah. This you singing? Yeah. And you wrote these? Yeah. Can you dance? Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Go for it. And I'm like, what? She's like, go for it, dance. This is your music, right? Perform your music. Issue challenge, okay, challenge accepted. I got up, I perform, I'm in her face. Mind you, she's stone-faced the whole time. She's giving me no emotion. And I'm going for it. I'm grinding and I'm giving her all of my R&B 101. And she is just giving me nothing back. So I'm like, okay, cool. Song goes off. And I remember she said to me, she said, who in the industry keeps you on your toes? Whose music comes on and you go, oh, I can do that. And I kid you not, as she said that, she has big flat screen TV on her wall, and as she said that, Usher's Yeah video comes on. I'm like, that dude right there. She's like, really? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, hold on. She gets on the phone. She's like, hey, Mr. Reed? Yeah, I think I got somebody you need to meet. I didn't know at the time she meant L.A. Reid. I'm like, okay. I walked into the office, and it seemed like it was long as a football field. And at the very end of the office is L.A. Reid sitting in this big chair, and he says to me, he goes, so you're the next big thing, huh? And I'm like, I just write songs, bro. That's what I do. I write songs. He's like, all right, well, let's hear it. I'm getting no emotion from anybody in the room. I'm performing, you know, I'm playing to the girls in the room and the whole nine, you know, and he's looking at me, no emotion whatsoever, no emotion from anybody. In my head, I'm like, I just blew this. Yeah, they don't like me. But it's cool because this ain't what I'm here for in the first place. We were just here so that he could see his homegirl. So whatever, I don't care. And he's like, okay, would y'all leave the room for a second? Let me talk to my people. I'm like, yeah, sure. We sit outside for like an hour and a half. I'm starving. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? He's like, I don't know. You saw their faces. We should just leave. I'm like, all right, cool. So Sauce gets up, I get up. As we're leaving, somebody peeks their head out the door like, hey, Neo, right? Yeah. You have a lawyer? No, why? Well, Mr. Reed wants to offer you a deal. You're probably gonna need a lawyer. We spazzed out to where they was looking at us funny. Okay, calm down, relax. Just go get a lawyer, okay? Bye, all right. I spent so many years chasing, trying to get it, just doing everything. I got a record deal, was a damn slave for these people, was a robot for these people, And the day I decide, you know what, to hell with a record deal, to hell with all of this, a record deal just falls in my damn lap.
We need a better manager.
So I had never met Jay-Z before, been a huge fan my whole life. So I was super excited to meet him. Walk into the office, Jay is sitting there talking to LA. You know, they laughing about something. I walk in and LA goes, oh, and this is, you know, latest signing, this is Neo. And Jay-Z's first words to me was, man, why you get that Mario song away? I didn't give it away. I wrote it for Mario. He's like, man, he should have kept that one. And that was pretty much the gist of that conversation. And then he went on to do something else. Everybody was under the misconception that Jay-Z signed me because the first time anybody saw me, they saw me with Jay-Z. Jay-Z actually walked me on 106 in Park. You know, Jay-Z walked me on TRL. And it was because that Jay-Z became president of Def Jam right around the same time I got signed. Jay-Z was kind of the let me go ahead and lead you into the business type of thing. When I first wrote Closer, I didn't write it for myself. I wrote it with the intent of selling it. And I had to be convinced by my management, L.A. Reid and Jay-Z, to keep that song for myself. Even after the song came out and initially was not doing well for like the first 3 months or so that it was out, I think it was L.A. that was like, yeah, we should move on to another single. But it was Jay that was like, nah, bro, stay on that one. I'm telling you, once they get it, they gonna get it. I remember we did the BET Awards that year. That was the first time I performed Closer. And after that, that thing took off like a damn rocket, and we never looked back. But I always tell that story in reference to my respect for Jay-Z and just his vision, like, cause he saw it. So I go in and I say to LA, listen, I appreciate all of this, but I need you to know what I'm not gonna do. Y'all ain't gonna tell me how to dress. Y'all ain't gonna tell me what songs to write. Y'all ain't gonna tell me what producers to work with. I'm gonna do this my way. LA says to me, bro, I signed you because I like what you are and what you do. It wouldn't make no sense for me to then change that. And when he said that, that's when I knew. I was like, all right, we're gonna be all right over here. Stargate, as you know, me and Stargate did So Sick, me and Stargate did Sexy Love, me and Stargate did Because of You, Closer, Let Me Love You, the list goes on and on. 2 tall, lanky white boys from Norway, right? I remember when I first met them, their manager kind of cornered me coming out the bathroom, like, oh, hey, Neo, oh my God, tell me about these cats that you got. They do music, all right, do they do R&B? Yeah, they do R&B and all of it is accents and all. I'm like, okay, these Norwegian cats is gonna give me some R&B right now. This should be good for a laugh later. Go ahead, play some music. The first track they played me was the music to So Sick. I didn't even let them get all the way through the track. I was like, wait, stop it. Run it back. Somebody give me a, yeah. I wrote that song in 3 minutes. It's the fastest song I've ever written in my life. I wrote that song in 3 minutes, cut it in an hour. There's something here. We gonna continue. We did like 5 songs that night. Yeah. Flaws and All by Beyonce. Funny story behind that song. So it wound up on Beyonce, which I am eternally grateful for. But the song was originally written for Britney Spears. Good Girl Gone Bad, I wrote for Britney Spears. Yeah, I don't know if Britney ever knew that these songs were for her. Irreplaceable, another song that was not initially written for Beyonce. I wrote that song for myself initially. Irreplaceable is the story of my one of my aunts.
You know, I had a memory of my sister-in-law, who is one tough cookie. And she was always the type of person who, and still is to this day, doesn't rely on anyone to get her what she needs or wants, and will tell you, very quickly that you're not necessarily important in her life as long as she can provide for herself.
I will never forget the day that the dude that she was dating at the time showed up to the house. He comes in the house, he goes in the back, and I remember hearing him from the living room. He said, babe, where my leather jacket at? And she said, oh, yeah, to the left. Yeah, everything that's yours is in that box in the left of the closet right there. I remember vividly him standing in front of the house, holding this box, talking about, you ain't gonna never find nobody love you the way I love you. You done made a mistake of your life today. As he's waiting on the cab to show up because she took the car back. And I wrote the song and tried to reverse it. Learned a very, very valuable